This video shows you how to use Excel to create a pivot chart. A pivot chart is a really useful tool if you're trying to create a frequency distribution from a set of data that's all mixed up. It allows you very quickly to consolidate the data, a lot of data, into a small group of numbers that summarize what you're looking at. For the purpose of this demonstration, I am only using 40 pieces of information. It would work the same whether it was 400, 4,000, or 400,000. It would just take a little longer to highlight what's there. To get started in creating the table, I'm going to highlight the day sales and the selling price, and I'm going to move that down for the entire length of the database. This particular base ends with the 43rd number. Once I've got the data highlighted, I'm going to go to the data on the Excel line. I'm going to click on that, and I'm going to select Pivot Table from the drop-down menu. When I click on that, it shows that the location of the data I'm concerned about is in the cells that I have already highlighted. As far as where to put the pivot table we're creating, I'm going to put it in our existing worksheet starting in the corner of the cell D2. I'm going to click OK, and that's going to give me a chart, and I'm going to move over the pivot table drop down so you'll be able to see that I'm going to be able to select the items that I want to put on the pivot chart that we're creating. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to select the day sales, and I'm going to put that as one of the row labels. You'll notice immediately the first column is created for the pivot chart, showing the different types of beverages that I'm looking at. The next thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to move the daily sales into values. As soon as I do that, I'm getting a count of the number of sales for each one of the items that I'm interested in. The next thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to move the sell price down again to the values, and this time it's giving me the sum of all the selling prices. I want that number, but not at this point. So what I'm going to do next is I'm going to select alongside of the sum of the sales, and it's going to give me another drop-down menu, and this time I'm going to replace the word sum with the word average and say OK. Now you can see that on my pivot chart it has changed to the average selling price. Lastly, I'm going to take the selling price again, and I'm going to highlight it, bring it over to values, and it's going to be out of the frickin' thing, and that's no good.